long time, Fallout 3 was my least favorite entry in the Fallout series. I think it was a combination of things. The clunky gameplay, enemies being damage sponges, the main quest, among other things. But then recently I replayed the game and my opinion on Fallout 3 changed. So, do I think it's good? Do I think it's even worse after replaying? You'll find out the answers to these questions and more after watching yet another video about Fallout 3 where I repeat the same things as everyone else and add nothing new. Let's get started, shall we? We start the game off as this little ugly guy, the Rat Man. Now the Rat Man is a pretty normal life in the world. He celebrates his 10th birthday, he takes the goat test to get his future occupation. Everything is fine and dandy up until the Rat Man's father decides to ruin it all by leaving the world without taking us with him or even telling us where he's going. So now we have to escape the world from the crazy authoritarian overseer who's trying to find us. And with the help of his daughter and our childhood friend Amata, we succeed in doing so, leaving behind our once treasured home in search of our deadbeat dad. Honestly, I like the intro sequence. Sure, it's a bit too long, but it does the job of introducing us to the mechanics of the game, all while leading us to the open world aspect pretty well. And speaking of the open world, now that the Ratman has left the world, we have options to pick from where we go next. We could continue the main quest, or we could go and enjoy the side content. Let's do that first. On replay, the thing that jumped at me the most was Fallout 3's wide variety of locations and side quests. We have a clan of relatively friendly vampires, a town where two superheroes fight, a cannibalistic community, a slave owner's heaven, an underground society that is run by children, a town that is built around a nuclear bomb, a world where every person is named Gary, and my personal favorite quest and area of the entire Fallout series, the Oasis. While wandering the Wasteland, we start hearing stories of a place with plants and trees as green and lively as they were before the Great Nuclear War. Upon navigating to said place, we get greeted by the leader of the Evergreen Oasis, Tree Father Birch, who urges us to get inside as someone is supposedly waiting for us in the Oasis. Upon entering the haven, Father Birch tells us about his group, the Tree Minders, people who worship a supposed god tree, a living, breathing and speaking tree that sprouts new life from its roots. Father Birch then informs us that the god tree has been expecting the Rat Man and wishes to have a talk with him. But before we can talk to that deity, we need to do a ceremony of purification. So obviously these people are fucking crazy. There's no way a talking tree can exist, and so I took the purification sap to prove them wrong. God damn, that was some strong shit. Wait, the god tree was real. Long story short, after talking to the tree whose name is Harold, he has but one simple request.
Would you please kill me?
Harold has been rooted in place for many decades as a result of FEV making a sentient tree branch sprout out of his head that eventually spread through his entire body and left him stationary for all eternity in the place that is now called the Oasis. Harold cannot handle the stillness any longer, and so he asks us to go down in a cave where his exposed heart is now beating and kill him. Pretty reasonable request that I was about to go and complete until I was stopped by Tree Father Birch and his wife, Leaf Mother Laurel. Father Birch proposes that I do not in fact go and kill their god, but instead take a special sap from him and apply it on Harold's heart, so that it stunts his future growth, giving the rationale that Harold's steady growth will eventually compromise the safety of the Oasis. On the other hand, Leaf Mother Laurel tells us not to listen to her husband and instead gives me a liniment that will accelerate the growth of Harold once applied, giving us the reasoning that with a sped up god tree, the Wasteland will be green with flora not within centuries but in a few decades. And so we have a few choices: stopping Harold's suffering by killing him, applying the sap on Harold's heart and keeping the Oasis a safe haven, or using the liniment on the heart so the Wasteland can be born anew in a lively green. This is a pretty hard choice, but I do have a pick. As much as this may be immoral, I picked the liniment option. After all, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of a few, and the Wasteland deserves to recover even if Harold suffers for the rest of time. Although this quest is simple, it's really effective. All characters are believable and make valid requests. It also doesn't overstay its welcome. Good quest, 10 out of 10. Moving on. DLCs, an integral part of all 3D Fallout games. So how are they in Fallout 3? Good? Bad? They're all great, that is, if you don't count these three, but hey, 2 out of 5, that's good, right? I'll go through the DLCs one by one, and for the interest of time, I'll keep it as concise as possible. Mothership Zeta. The player gets a Pip-Boy signal, you go see what's up and get abducted by aliens. You attempt to escape the alien ship with the help of fellow captives and eventually succeed by taking control of the ship's cockpit and blowing up an enemy spaceship. Very cool but also very repetitive. The entire gameplay cycle is go to a new area that is slightly different, blow up the generators, go to a new area, repeat until you reach the end. Its only saving grace is that it's not very lengthy. Good experience for the first playthrough. On replays, just skip it. You get a help request signal from the Brother of Steel outcasts. Go assist them in reaching their base and offer yourself up to get put in a Battle of Anchorage training simulation, so that the outcasts can get loot that gets unlocked once the simulation is beaten. Fight some Chinese communists, beat the simulation, get the rewards, DLC finished. A bit better than Mothership Zeta, more variety of visuals and less tedious level progression, though it still suffers from repetitiveness. Moving on. After the main questline, you recover from a coma in the Citadel and immediately get a mission to wipe out the remaining Enclave forces in the Wasteland, clear out the Enclave remnants, and explode the mobile platform. DLC completed. The main selling point of this DLC is that it allows you to continue playing the game even after finishing the main quest, and so it really should have been part of the main game and not a separate DLC. You get a radio signal from a man named Werner who requests help to save a settlement of people. After you meet Werner and agree to help him with his request, he further elaborates that the settlement has been afflicted with a sickness that changes people into these monstrosities. His plan to save the settlement from the disease is to steal and spread a cure that is being developed by the pit's leader Asher, and so you infiltrate the pit by pretending to be a slave. From here you try to reach Asher by doing menial tasks and fighting up the ranks in an arena. You eventually reach the top and meet with the big boss of the pit. Then there's this cool, epic, awesome plot twist about the cure where you have to pick a side between Asher and Werner, help one of them and finish the DLC. I love the pit, it has this dark, filthy and hopeless atmosphere. If the short length of previous DLCs was a positive, it's the pit's negative. I really wish it was longer. Anyways, moving on. We get a message inviting us to visit Point Lookout, and so we travel to the transporter's location, buy a ticket and travel to this forgotten, inbred island. Then we go to a mansion, help its owner defend it from local tribals, infiltrate the tribals to find out who put a hit on Desmond's mansion, choose a side between Desmond and the attacker and help that side and finish the add-on. Good main plot, interesting side quests, good DLC, moving on. But okay, now that we are at large done with the side content, let's get back to the main questline. We have two separate ways to go about it. We can either go the intended way, go to Megaton to find out where our father went, then go do the 3-dog quest. After that, get sent to Rivet City. From there we go to the Jefferson's Memorial to seek further information of our father's whereabouts, and find out that our father is in Vault 112. Once we rescue our father from the Tranquility Lane, we go back to Rivet City, then go back to the Jefferson's Memorial, where we help our father with the water purification project. Watch the Enclave arrive, then watch our father commit suicide, escape the Jefferson's Memorial, work with the Brotherhood of Steel, go get a Gek, get kidnapped by the Enclave, escape the Enclave, defeat the Enclave, and finally finish the main quest line. The second way we can go about the main quest is the fuck this game way, which entails us skipping 80% of the main quest by going straight from Vault 101 to get a Gek. It's insane to me just how much of the main story you can go and skip. Anyways, the main quest is, well, not great. It's very linear and is full of back and forth fetch quests where you, the main character, play a secondary role to your father. Well, at least you can skip most of it from the get-go. Even though Fall 3 is a flawed game, its good parts shine bright in my eyes. The side quests and locations feel unique. The DLCs, even the not so good ones, have interesting ideas and visuals, and as a whole, Fall 3 is a 7 out of 10.